Good morning. Love and Slack from someone named Zach. I wanted to talk about some cool plants I found last year up in the mountains and in the woods. Hey! Training a puppy. Regards to that, they're called Mycoheterotrophs. And they're named that because they're supplied their nutrients from the mycelial networks of mushrooms. Each plant gets its stuff from different niched mycelial networks, but they're not getting their nutrients from the mycelial networks directly, because the mycelial networks get their nutrition from different trees and other plants around them. In that regard, I'd like to introduce you to them. With that, there's a caveat. If you're foraging, do not base any of your choices on how you forage based on this entertaining video about how I did research on these plants. And if you do go out and herb craft or forage in the woods, please be careful, because you do so at your own peril. I love you guys, and I don't want you guys getting hurt based on what I'm saying here. It's merely just me reporting what was documented, that how humans used to use these things. So, in that regard, let me introduce them. The first two plants I'd like to introduce are the ghost pipe plant, Monotropa uniflora, and the Dutchman's pipe plant, Monotropa hypopetus. Up here where I hike, I see the Dutchman's pipe plant more frequently than I see the ghost pipe plant. I found these plants on Kitsap Peninsula, specifically in Newberry Hill Heritage Park, but I also find the Dutchman's pipe plant grown up in the Olympics everywhere. Both of these plants have been foraged for their analgesic and sedative properties. They contain salicylic acid, which is a precursor to aspirin, and some alkaloids that contribute to their sedative properties. Some of these alkaloids should be considered toxic. These plants get their nutrition from nearby trees through the mycelial networks that connect to their roots. This plant is known as the candy stick plant, Allotropa virgata, because its red and white coloring resembles candy canes. Wherever you find it growing, there's a high likelihood you'll also find matsutake mushrooms, because the candy stick plant connects directly to their mycelium for nutrition. Mushroom lovers love finding this plant. The pine drop, Pterospora andromedea, is a beautiful dark red. Its fungal hosts specifically interact with conifers, so you'll see it growing around spruce, pine, and fir trees. These plants were collected for their hemostatic properties, which help stop bleeding, and their astringent properties, which helps with swelling. They are collected for wreaths and ornamental purposes because of how beautiful they are. Finding this last plant was a treat for me. It's known as the gnome plant, or Hematomus congestum. There's little known about this plant because of how rare and delicate it is. One of the known properties is that it needs cross-pollination. Researchers have yet to document the gnome plant's pollinators. All of these photos are plants that I found while hiking, and hope to find more awesome things to share with you guys. If you guys have any questions about these Mycoheterotrophs, comment below the video. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you find this on Facebook or Instagram, follow my page, Project Eden. It'll help me out a lot. This has been a field report, and it's a shout out to all the porch reports and the Discordian Broadcasting Network, which is where this Project Eden had started. Love and Slack from someone named Zach. I'll talk to you later about other stuff that I find interesting.